So the bottom line is that we live on an island covered by water, warmed by the sun. The sun gives us energy. The energy creates things that we need to exist. And whenever there is a plentiful or plentitude of whatever, so let's put a little gold into the ground here. So that's gold. It's in the earth. It also came from not our sun, but sun, stars, the gods of the stars. And all of this is ready to be harvested as long as we make sure that, let's say, we don't kill all the fish, because then the sun will not be able to reward us. It's nice being warm and stuff, but it's also good to eat. So we have water. We can do stuff with water. We can create energy, which is actually another really important thing. So we have power. We have digital products. How would I do that? Digital products is a 0 and a 1. We have all kinds of things that produce at least some amount of something everywhere on Earth. Because in areas where nothing is produced, no one is there to have that problem. So even in like a desert, you can get the sun's rays directly, but you need the technology and things like that from to harvest them, and that comes usually from somewhere else, at least partly. So this is how everything begins, and then if you have a deficit, it works in a way where if you have, let's say, gold, you can sell it and get money, but you're giving away gold all the time. If you start asking a question like, well, where is our gold? Where's my gold at? I'm always giving away my gold, but you're never giving anything back. It's because you don't need it for anything. You have it there. So the same works with money. You have money, you have a lot of money. You have a lot of these natural production resources and things. And that is why you're able to give the money away, in a sense. But you're not giving it away. You are receiving something from return, from overseas. So when you hand over your money somewhere, you get something that you need. If you don't need it or want it, you don't have to give your money away. You can keep your money. I mean, that's the most simple way of explaining this entire situation. So all praise Ra, Amun Ra, I think it was in the end. Our star gives us everything that we need for free. He doesn't ask for anything in return. The only thing that we have to do is make sure that it is able to give us the things that it gives us by, not destroying the mechanisms with which it rewards us. This is a food stand, and there's a guy there, and he sells food to you and everybody else. So let me just draw you. And I apologize, you're not going to be as beautiful here as in real life. But that's you. And then you go over to the shop and you give them money. And then the shop provider, they hand you, oh my god, that color is so ugly. They hand you a banana. Oh, what? They hand you a banana. Why is it so hard? Why is life so hard? Little brown thing there. And then you get the banana, and that's it, right? So that's the thing you went to do. And then you question yourself. You begin to question yourself. You say, wait a minute. Why am I giving all this money away to the grocer? And the grocer is not giving me money back ever. Like, I've gone to the grocer for, tens of years, decades maybe, years at least. The same guy, always there, taking my money. Where the fuck is my money from him? So you go to the grocer and you say, every time I buy a banana, you're going to have to pay me a little bit. So banana minus like 5%. Now the grocer, what he's going to do is he's going to say, well, all right, if you want it that way, then I shall say, you pay me 5% more. You give me 5% more money. And then you're like, what? That's not how I want it to work. But this is like the very simplest, this is the simple system of how tariffs work, in a sense. So the idea is that if you have another food stand over here, and you say that I will not put tariffs on this guy, but I will put tariffs on your food stand. And it means that this guy is going to have, just strictly speaking in exchange worth, it's going to have, math. It's not going to be, well, a 5% advantage. It's whatever, 5% advantage. This guy's going to have it. However, let's say that bananas don't grow here. So over here they have a banana tree that is very bountiful. Actually don't really know what a banana tree looks like, but that's going to be it. And over here you have a banana tree as well, but it produces 3 bananas. So you could do the math here. I'm not going to do it. It would be fun, actually, but I'm not. I'll do it on my own time. And you have this guy selling these bananas from his food stand, and this guy selling his bananas from the food stand. And now we're going to have to measure whether the 5% is enough. So the production is less than 50% here. So what you would like to be the outcome of this is that the production of these bananas goes up. But there might be a temperature problem here. So the reason there are less bananas here and more bananas here is that over here it is cold, and over here it is warm or hot, so bananas grow better. So that means that you're going to have to put some extra cost into growing bananas indoors. So again, you're going to have to go through hoops. So now, let's say you have, you need around 2 trees to produce almost as much bananas as the other guy there. And now the 5% is still not going to be enough, because now you have 2 trees to upkeep. It takes more room, takes more work. You got to climb up the tree, get the 3 bananas, climb up this tree, get the 3 bananas. Over here you can just climb up the 3 once and get all the bananas and sell them directly and make an average profit. Then in some instances, because these guys only have bananas, and let's say you have, what would be a nice thing to have? You have televisions or something. You have TVs. And now that guy has sold enough money to buy a television. So you might be giving them more money, in a sense, but they are sending you money back in some way, because they are buying televisions. And you're also trading in different directions. You're doing all kinds of stuff because global trading is a thing, and it has been a thing ever since cities and differences between cities arose. So one city produces something else, then it became nations and things like that. But usually cities are easy to think about. So now you're going to have to buy bananas. You're producing them at home, but it's going to be more expensive to you. So you are going to see the negative impact in your money. And the reason for this is that usually when companies sell things, they are trying to maximize profits and minimize costs. So they are not going to pay for it themselves. So most likely, because you went to the food store and you demanded money, it ended up costing you more money because of this sort of circle of how everything works. Means that there's going to be more competition to have those things. So if everybody wants to eat a banana a day and there's not enough bananas, it means that this will end up in you not having bananas at all in some cases. So no bananas for you because you started making demands that really weren't necessary in a sense. So there is a situation where you become a consumer, complete, like 100% consumer. So you will produce no bananas, or the danger is that you'll produce no bananas at all, and then you won't, for some reason, wouldn't produce any TVs either, because maybe TVs come from somewhere else and so on. And then you end up as being a 100% sort of consumer with no production of your own. Let's say you're a person and you buy telephones. So you have money and you buy phones from somewhere. And then you sell those phones to people. I'll just call them peeps. And then you get money. You give a little bit of the money out towards that direction. And then these people give you the money for that. But then if there's no money to be had in anything, then of course this whole chain breaks down. So that is sort of the I would call it like a possibility in a sense. Like let's say you live on an island and there's nothing else there. There's no trees. There's nothing there. And you can fish for yourself. But that's it. You're instantly going to have fish to sell in a sense. You can improve your fish production so that you can catch more fish. It might not be a lot, but that immediately puts you into the position where you might eventually be able to buy something from outside. And what is giving you this is the bounty of nature in a sense. All money, everything comes from the ground, from nothing in a sense. So we have the sun in this. I'll just draw like, I'm going to spam this whole screen full. You have the sun in the sky. That is the origin of the OG source of everything, the free source of everything. That's why people praise the sun. It is a god to us. It is a life giver. It is everything. And from these rays that the sun gives us, the fish swim and bananas grow and things like that. So that is where everything comes from. So if you have an island where there's, let's say, no fish, there's no banana trees, it's made of rock that doesn't replenish itself, and you live there, you're going to die. So your biggest problem is not going to be a situation where someone is taking all of your nothing away, because you have nothing to give. So there isn't really a situation like this. If you're on this island all by yourself and you have nothing there, you still have yourself. So what you can do is, let's say, borrow a solar panel and borrow a Computer, man, I refuse to erase anything anymore right now because it's already gone too far. You buy or borrow a computer, and then you learn what to do with it, and then you start selling your digital products outside, and you will begin to receive money. So if you produce nothing, you could go to other places, get what you need, give them promises that you are going to do these things, and then pay them back. And if you can't, you'll die. Goodbye.